How does this sound? Good? Okay. I'm battling with a sore throat, so bear with me. This lesson is about my life. I've been coming to this congregation ever since 5th grade, which is more than half my life. I'm 25. And I want to begin this sermon by saying I've lived with my grandmother since I was 15. And so I've lived with Mom for a decade. The version of myself today is much different than my high school self. Looking back, I can see positive light in any trouble I've been in. My first trouble, when I was 16, I was speeding with weed. I had just gotten a new truck, a brand new Toyota Tacoma, and it was really nice. And for my 16th birthday, just shortly after, it was before school one morning, and I was just speeding, and I had weed. And the consequences for my first trouble was I had to wash every cop car in Westmoreland, which is only about 5. But then I had to pick up all the garbage from the walking track to the park. So about a quarter of a mile, but every little piece of trash had to be picked up. And I got a warning in football. My second trouble, age 17, I was smoking in school. The consequence, I had to leave football in Westmoreland. I did 15 days in the Rutherford County Juvie and 50 days of RT Fisher. And I was a perfect student at RT Fisher. There's ways to lose a day if you smart mouth the teacher, or if you cuss, or if you start a fight or something. They can take your day, and some students are there for a long time. But I was a perfect student. I never lost a day. And every morning, Mom made sure that I was at the bus stop. At the time, I guess in her late 70s. And every morning, she made sure I got on the bus. Because every student that goes there takes the bus. And every morning, everyone is strip searched. And everyone does P90X, even if you're super fat, or everyone who has to run the mile, everybody. And the wonderful thing, the best thing is that it's super easy. It's easy to make straight A's and to be a good student. And all the teachers who teach there care about each individual student. Because the teachers there, they want to, it's not like the same as regular school. Most of the time it's group things, and it's talking about mostly drug things, because most of the students there are good kids, but they have, a lot of them, it's just drug problems. And one class, I I had class with a boy named Seth Hessen, and he was there for threatening to blow up a school. But when you see him and you look at him, he's so sweet. And I had at least one class with him, and when you're that age, he did it as a joke, or said it as a joke, but getting to know him, that he got the longest sentence possible, like a year, 365 days you have to make, whereas mine was 50 days. But he's a really good kid, and a lot of the kids there are there for just drug related. And I had class with a teacher named Tim Hardison. And one day I was the only student. And we just walked around the school and just chit-chatted, and we just talked, had conversation. And every teacher there was good and rewarded us, like watching cartoons in class. One teacher had a couch in class, and it was a privilege to sit on it. My third trouble, age 18. I was speeding with drugs. And my consequence was 15 days of jail. Because at this time I'm 18. It's pre-COVID. The first time I go to jail. And that means that the can crew is out. And I was only given, I think, like 15 days, but I somehow made trustee, because usually you have to have a couple months to make trustee, but I made the can crew, and they basically go out anywhere in Sumner County. They can go to any road in Sumner County. And the same guys, it's the can crew, we go out and we pick up trash wherever they put us, any road, and we just go on for several miles. And we got a grabber and we got our sack, and we pick up all the garbage. And one day, I think just 15 days of someone's life, or someone's sentence, they get to go to trustee, which is the can crew and the dog pound, and then the crew that goes around the jail and picks up all the all the laundry. But I was on the can crew, and which is the best. And it's pre-COVID, so the can crew and the dog pound even existed. Otherwise, during COVID, it's just the laundry pickup. But one day on the can crew, we went out. It's a spot in Hendersonville, and you pull over. It's like part of the main stretch, but it's connected to a creek. And the bus driver that day, he let us get out. We had our lunch, our Gatorades and our sandwiches, and he let us go swimming. We're in jail. He lets us go swimming, and it has a rope swing it's in Hendersonville. You pull off. It's kind of like dusty. It's not really grassy, but then there's a grass field, but it's a spot, and we had a great time. And so that was my third trouble. Now this is September of 2020. My fourth trouble this time. Speeding with drugs. Now, I promise this is my last trouble. And it's it's a pattern that I didn't really realize till I wrote them all down. But this is in September, so almost 6 years ago. And the consequence was 15 days jail. And it was during COVID, so I went to trustee, but we didn't go anything. We just stayed in the pod that was nicer than the normal pod. And so during COVID, they do things a little bit differently. But for a week during COVID, the people that came in their first week, they had to go to their own pod, and they had to be in their cells 23 hours a day. You only get out for 1 hour to use the kiosk or the phone or take a shower. And in one pod, in one cell for a week, 23 hours a day, there was 4 people. And they're only supposed to hold 3 people, tops, and it's really best if there's 2, because it's about half the size of this, where I'm standing. And there's 4 people. Four people. Todd, Country, and Clendenning. And so after the 7 days, I went to a normal pod and I wrote out. And I put on the kiosk I wanted to be on trustee, even though I only had like another week. Which usually they send you down if you got a couple more months. But they accepted me. Like, I got to a normal pod, wrote out, next day I was in trustee. In trustee pods showers have a curtain, and the toilets have a wall, and there's privacy, and the beds are a lot thicker. There's just less room to like roam around during COVID, because only the laundry pickup crew is even a thing. But after I got out, I met Jimmy Cook. He's at 132 South Water. He's right on the corner of where the old courthouse is. And he gave me a coin after I completed his class. Each student or each person that he sees and that goes to his school, that's what he does full time. He gives them their own creation that he created in his mind. Like, it's different for every single student, and he has hundreds of students yearly. And mine was a Serenity coin. It had the Lord's Prayer. And it said, "To thine own self be true." So with all that trouble, 4 times, that meant I had several different jobs. Because accidents would happen due to drugs, or due to whatever was happening at that time in my mind. My first job was my neighbor, David Hughes, 15, and he grafts trees. He specializes in pecan trees, and he has like over 8,000 pecan trees. And he can graft any 2 together and make he's a master at it. He's done it a long time. And he sacrificed a lot to have it, because being a farmer, for a long time he was not successful. But now he's at the point where you'll see his name in a catalog of Tennessee Magazine, even though it might be like this big. He has his own website. he'll send products to anywhere in the country except for just a couple states. Only just a couple states he can't ship to. My next job when I was 16 is Wendy's. I made the burgers, and sometimes I did the window and the dishes. 17, Logan's. I bust tables. And it's amazing how much people waste. People will leave out entire steaks, and I'll just pick them up. If they looked untouched, sometimes steam would be coming off of them. And then you also have unlimited bread rolls. When I was 18 or 19, it was Harbor Freight. I opened up 2 Harbor Freights from nothing. The one in Gallatin, it used to be Fred's, and the one in Franklin, Kentucky. They get a crew together and you meet up at a hotel, and they'll show you what'll be happening to everybody. And a lot of them, it's the first time, and some of them they've opened up a store before. And there's these 2 main people, Kat and Derek, who their job is to go around the country and open up Harbor Freights. And it's amazing to put up a store, every single peg with someone twice, 2 times. My next job was RC10. I was 19 years old. And they're a plastic place like I've been at now for 4 years, but they make kitty litter boxes. They make toolboxes. And they make all kinds of stuff. I know they've added new presses in. Then when I was 20, I worked at Yap. Not Gap, but Yap. That makes, it's like gas tanks. And it's a huge factory. And when I was 21, I went to Salga, which is, it makes little car parts. That was March 18th, 2022. And that's where I've been at ever since. And this month is 13 months, so we just had a year. We've been in the new plant. They closed Salga, but it's still the same people. It's 9 of us that have worked there the longest, and I was in that group because at the time it was over 3 years. And we went over to the building that makes bigger parts. Through every season, God builds who He wants you to be. Three Bible verses, and then a closing prayer. And that'll be my lesson. 1 Peter 4:17. For the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of God. And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of God? Going to jail is what got me sober. 6 years ago next month I've been out of trouble, off any probation, no speeding tickets or anything. And for about 9 months or a year, somewhere 18, 19, I did drugs. And going to jail is what really, truly, is what got me sober. 100,000%. Another verse, 2 Corinthians 9:7. Every man according as he purposeth in his heart, so let him give, not grudgingly or of necessity, for God loves a cheerful giver. I'm very proud of the money I've saved up over 4 years, and I'm thankful that I'm in a position where I can give. I give to 3 charities a month. It is $30 each. St. Jude, uh, Wounded Warrior Project, and then the disabled veterans. And I think it's been a couple of years that I've consistently given. In my last verse, Ephesians 1:11, in whom also we have obtained an inheritance, being predestinated according to the purpose of him who works all things after the counsel of his own will. Does that happen on this planet? Absolutely not. Doesn't happen. Tragedies happen every day. That is so not the will of God. But he says time and time and time again, probably 100 times, that it's his will and not any battles in the world. Any battle. Any battle. Whether it's as small as a pill this big, or if it's the entire country you live in, you don't like it. Whatever your battle is. Maybe it's invisible, like it's in your mind. But when it's all said and done, we'll know that day that the time has come. When that day arrives, every person, you won't have to explain it to anybody, hint to anybody or anything. Everybody will be knowing, no matter what language in the whole world, everybody will know that it's God coming and that it's over. And when that time comes, all God wants is a heart that seeks after him. If he looks to your heart and he sees that you seek after him, then he's full of grace and mercy. Well, that's my life, brothers and sisters, and I'm thankful to have shared a lot of it with most of you all. I love y'all. That's my lesson.
I am resolved no longer